Welcome brawlers, I'm the Hermit and today we are going to be playing Felothar, Dawn of the Abzan. For a white, a black and a green, we get a 3/3 legendary human warrior with trample. Whenever she enters or attacks, we may sacrifice a non-land, and if we do, we put a +1 counter on each creature we control. So we want stuff that either leaves permanents when they die or when they enter. So we have Shambling Ghast, Infestation Sage, Kalos Inspector, Raven Inspector, Knowing Inspector. So the inspectors are gonna leave in clues. The others, the Sage is gonna leave a creature, and the Ghast is gonna leave a treasure. Same thing in our deal drop, except we also want repeatable ways to make tokens. So we have Bitter Blossom and White Bitter Blossom, also known as Scrub's Hype. We lose a life and make a 1/1. In the case of Bitter Blossom with flying, with the other one it's just cannot block. Also we have Obsessive Pursuit, pretty much the same, except it makes a clue. And then whenever we attack, we put counters on a creature equal to the number of permanents we sacrifice. So it discounts the ones we sacrifice to Felothar if we stack the triggers right, but also if we have other ways to sacrifice or even just fetch lands. We also have Vulture, Bitter Blossom. When it attacks, it endures, and we lose 1 life, so we endure 1, make a spirit most of the time, because we can sacrifice them to Felothar, make +1/+1 counters for the whole team. Then we have, for a little bit of value, Emperor of Bonds. Whenever we put counters on it, we can reanimate something, provided we exiled it first. Homicide Investigator. If we happen to sacrifice non-tokens, we also get clues. Then we have Geeks, Elegy Acolyte. Whenever our creatures deal damage, we draw 1 card with the Acolyte, and with Geeks we draw 1 card for each creature that dealt damage. We also have Christ and Nissa's ways to put creatures on the board. Bottom of the West tree, we can ramp if we attack with our creatures with counters on them. Adeline and Suki from the Avatar set. Whenever a permanent leaves the battlefield during our turn, we make a 1/1, but only once each turn. So that's a nice synergy with Felothar. We sacrifice whatever, get a 1/1 to replace it, and we also put a counter on the 1/1. Actually, we don't put the counter. The sacrifice resolves at the same time, put the counters, and then we just get. We also have Suki from the Avatar set. Other creatures get +1/+0, and whenever a permanent leaves during our turn, we make a 1/1. Then we have a little bit of protection, Boromir, Invasion of Kovakan, Selfless Spirit, Sack Fair, since we care about counters, and even a new one from the Avatar Extra set, the Duke, Rebel Sentry. It enters with a +1 counter. We can tap it to remove a counter to put a counter on something else and give it hexproof. Not as good as protection, but still decent. And obviously we have Mother of Runes. Since we're gonna be putting counters on the team, Esper Sentinel, so that either draws the removal from our opponent early, or we have a big Esper Sentinel and it allows us to draw many cards. Also, Mothra, like I said, sometimes we actually sacrifice non-tokens. So whenever we sacrifice a creature without flying, it comes back with a flying counter. And speaking of flying, Elspeth, so that we can give everyone flying and hopefully attack for lethal. We also have Dial Drain. We can attack with creatures with counters, remove two counters from different creatures, make a robot, and obviously we can use that robot to sacrifice to Felothar immediately. And another card from Avatar, Thoughts of War. This is similar to Suki, except Suki is just leaves. This one it only counts as sacrifice, so whenever we sacrifice a permanent during our turn, we make a 1/1. But only once each turn. Also from Avatar, this one is on the experimental part, but it's also nice. Whenever we sacrifice a permanent, put a colossal counter on it, and when this creature dies, we can exile it so that we return something with mana value equal or less than this Unbender when we sacrificed it, or when it died technically. So Grease, some removal, Hardened Bonds, just because we're going to be putting counters, and Dollmaker Shop. It also gives us fodder, while also, if we get to 6 mana, we get to buff everything we have. Every creature has base power and toughness equal to the number of creatures we control. So that's the deck. Now let's head into the queue and sacrifice some stuff to put some counters on the team. Entramos. We just need one more land. Oh. Let's get Bitter Blossom. We could also have played Hardened Bonds. And the tap land if we play the bonds. Vanishing Bears is good, but it cannot get Ketramos, so we ignore it. Here we play Suki and the bonds. This way we put the most on board. And unless our opponent has a rat, with which if they are Ketramos they are likely to have, it might go right for us. Extinction event. Even, so we keep Suki. And then Esper Sentinel. A 3/2 Esper Sentinel like that. Exorcise on Ketramos. And Mastery on Suki. So here we can access command. Or actually, no, it's 3, 9, no, 6, just 6 for this attack. So one of the sacrifices, put 2 counters on the sentinel. They reanimate the Esper. That's fun. Here. As we take Kaya. No, maybe we should take either the Chant or Sheoldred. Dots there. Costs 5. No, we don't do that. Okay, so it's our turn. They chant here. We respond. Sure. And yeah, we were gonna be able to play Felothar, sacrifice probably the fairy we get next turn, and it was going to be lethal. GG's. But start with the inspector. And it has a astronaut. Yes, we pass, no attacks. double block. I kill the Inspector. And I think we might be out of this pickle here. With Felothar, I guess if we draw another land, we kill their god. Blocks. And I guess we lose. GG's. One Chitong. So we should get our fetch going first. Medallion. Thunder Trap Trainer. So they obviously have a counter spell up. And we play Bitter Blossom. The mounts are tough to draw a card. Okay. Fading Hope on the Inspector. Winter Moon, which doesn't bother us as much now. consult the star charts for their lands. You need to attack with 3 or more, so done, x equals 1. Not ideal, I think. Do they have a mount spell? Or not is the question. They do, so in here we play Shock. An offer you can't refuse. So let's play Felothar. We also play Braska, destroy the Wintermoon.
Targets that interest me. Lucky you. What can I say? Death is cheap.
Can attack with everyone. Temporal manipulation. Not the worst manipulation, but definitely far from the best.
It seems fortune favors you.
This will give us 1 more mana. Sure. I think we sacrifice Mother here. Opponent is at 2 life. Maybe it's 5 thanks to Servondam. But yeah, we will play against Infestation Sage and make a token. And it's GG's. Against Shrines. We might be able to do something good here. We play the Tabland first in case we need to bear Triumph. Long Tender. Phantom River, Delighted Halfling, Noble Hide. Opponent has a shrine. Another shrine. Oh, that one is a bad for us. Might be the worst. So GG's. I mean, we can destroy the Earth Temple, but they still have a big board that's gonna kill us. Good games. Game Shrines. So here we get the brute scale. Strict Serenade, we are okay with that. It is a downgrade, but it's not the worst downgrade. We eat the Serenade just in case they have a death card. Spirit Oasis. The beginning of the next second step. So if we return it during their end step, we get to keep it for a while. Good to know. We go for geeks. We just draw much as we can. Sure. That actually is one of the bad time warps, I think. Especially because these are not upkeep shrines, they are enter shrines. They hit their commander. Sure. Act of negation. Protect their commander. And do they also mill us here? No. Sorry. Okay, that kills your opponent, so good games. Even if they block the 5-5, they would go to 0. So yeah, I didn't realize, but it was lethal either way. GG's. So this is the Flipwalker realm. And I guess we will take some time to develop our board. Medallion. So they are probably Storm. Unfortunately for us. And because they had their caverns, things are definitely not looking up. But they are for opponents, so at least that's nice.
Just need one big breakthrough.
Transform their commander right away. We'll seize the spoils.
If you're not scared of lightning, you're about to be.
Oops. We deal damage to our creature.
Help me check the voltage, will you?
Healing Strings, Opera Abzan.
Ooh, tinkering pays off.
I guess they can Windfall and Brain Surge. I guess we won't sacrifice anything here.
Trade, just like before.
Niquella, Talisman, he deal damage to every creature. Nisa, make a plant, and then brute scale.
I must cleanse this corrupted land.
My genius is rotting in this dump.
They replay draw, and they can mythical retrieval. First they gamble. So I guess they get an instant and sorcery, even if they discard it, they can get it back with retrieval. Subtlety.
Stop this!
Force of negation and humiliation, which is fine. And I guess we kill that. And do they overload here? Can they? I guess they can. So let's see how they go off. Oh, Stormcairn artist. Okay.
If you care for this world, stand down!
We're gonna pass in case they want to reckless place. Yep. Okay, let's continue. Omnath, Locus of the Royal. Have a halfling and do is snuff it out. Think so. Oops, they say. The crop rotation. Just to fix their colors? Maybe. Is we eat the plant. And now they cannot kill anything without Nath. We cultivate, and we can play the Ghast, kill their birds. Disorder. Good game, they say. Real-time explosion. They exile a 6-drop, 5-drop. Well, this card, I guess, 3. Felothar still lives. Man. Counters there. And we still draw from Dolnop anyway. No. And it goes 2-1. Great charm, that's okay. But I don't think they can attack here. GG's, I guess. Yep, good game. Katara, Waterbending Master. The Katana, we are going to kill it. Well, swords it. Then let's see what they do about Voice of Victory. We first attack so that we have a mobilized token. And we eat it with Felothar. Turn dismissal on the boys. I guess they have the counter spell for it here. Okay, Mystical Dispute. Decline, hit you for 4. So they need their land drop, they are drawing. Decline again. He pounds Felothar. Pressure Cruise, paying full mana. And this is why we have Toski, because it's uncounterable. Very simple. We still need another land here. We didn't get it, but Mother of Runes might be able to do something good. Only 5 mana. I guess 6 with the druid, so they had octopus form as well. They level up their wizard class. Katara is now gonna become bigger whenever she attacks. So I think we just have to make sure we kill them before that happens. With that counter, this is gonna be triple mana. If we can do this, no, I think we play Acolyte, then Toski, and we can also Raven Charm on Katara. Actually, we cannot charm them. Then Pierce. Katara cost 6. They will only have 1, maybe 2 mana left. And I think we go to combat. Attack with the flyers. One of the 2, opponent sacrifices. And they concede. Yeah, I think they might have pulled the trigger a little early on Reverse Rebuke. At this point it would be a lot more devastating for us. But maybe they thought they needed to stay alive, so makes sense in that context. GG's though. Qatar is not as intimidating here, I think. But it's still powerful, so good to see. So this is going to be it for today, and the changes I did end up making were adding a couple of mana dorks, but more importantly, a Boreal Grazer and Cameo Bamboo Grubs. They also help us ramp, and by getting us value right away, that means we can sacrifice them later to Felothar and don't feel as bad as if we sacrifice one of our dorks. Obviously the mana ramp is better, help us do a lot of more stuff earlier, and that's key in Brawl apparently, so I'm happy with the way this deck is in this version. So maybe we could make, yeah, the better cards in this one are the ones that repeatedly give us fodder for Felothar, so that our entire team keeps growing. If you want to change something, Elegy Acolyte might not be the best. Maybe you can try some of the other mobilized cards. I think there's one that makes equal to the number of cards in your graveyard, or also even just the Vampire, the 2/4, when you attack it either makes a 1/1 or it draws you a card, depending on if you have the most or the least life. So that one could also go in instead of the Acolyte. But for now, thank you for watching, I'm the Hermit, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.